Thing about South Florida is we always have scam artists all around us. New scams are always popping up, and I saw that there is a dude who got arrested in Delray Beach for running a Good Samaritan scam. Of course, going after the elderly people. That's one of the reasons why. It's just the perfect formula for scams. Wealthy older people.
I was with my mom yesterday for a good part of the day, and her phone rings non-stop with scams.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
Non-stop. It does not stop the entire time I was with her. I could not believe it.
Right. They probably get access, too, if you're on AARP mailing lists and things like that. So they
Medicare.
Yeah.
They,
all those things.
all these places where your information lives, all of them have been hacked. Everybody has your information. Just assume that.
So what he was doing, he was hanging out at a Whole Foods in Delray, and he would go up to older women that he saw as a good mark, and he would say, oh, hey, you dropped this $20 bill. And then what would happen, they caught him. He stole and swiped a woman's debit card from her wallet, because what it does, it has them, they're like, oh, did I? And they kind of then they open their wallet and they look to see if they are missing $20 or to put the $20 in it. And when they do it, they may get close, and they're just so good at, I guess, swapped it and took it. And they saw it, and they noticed that he scammed it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What a shady dude. I hope they throw him in the back of the prison.
Yeah, he's from Romania, so he's probably going bye-bye.
Okay. Well, then, bye-bye. Yeah. Won't miss you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they say there's a statewide theft ring that is going around using distraction tactics. So we always say you got to have your wits about you when you're grocery shopping, getting gas, anything like that.
And look, I mean, more and more, if strangers want to engage, if it's at the gas pump, if it's at the grocery store, if it's on your front doorstep, if strangers want to engage, you can no longer trust strangers. They are going to try to remove you from your money somehow. Why would you want to let that person get any of your time? You got to just say, nope, we're good.
Yep.
I don't know you. Get the F away from me.
That's why I carry such a large, big grilled cheese wallet. This thing is hard to get out of a pocket,
that
first
thing
of all.
looks like there's no money in it.
It's hard to get out of the pocket. Good luck trying to get your meat hooks on this thing. I'll know. I'll feel it on my cheeks.
They'd see that wall and they'd take their $20 back and walk away.
Be like, nah, we good.
Whatever, this thing's loaded.
It's banged up. It looks like somebody stepped on it.
This is a conversation piece, by the way.
They say it starts at the ATM. And so what they do is they look over your shoulder. They get your PIN number. Then they're like, oh, hey, I think you dropped $20. And then when you open your wallet back up to see if you did drop $20 after getting some money out of the ATM, they'll swipe your debit card. Now they got it and they have your PIN because they just looked over your shoulder to get it.
Yeah, if you have an old person in your life, you know what? They shouldn't even be using the ATM. Because they can't keep their head on a swivel.
Yep.
And that's what you need to have if you are using an ATM. You got to have your head on a swivel, and they just can't operate like that.
Yep.
Old people need to go in the bank and speak to a teller.
People need to learn to go to the ATM and put your back to the ATM and press the buttons from behind. So you can see what's going on.
There is Braille on the numbers. So if you learn Braille, you could do that.
It's a lot of work, though, Kevin.
It's a lot of work.
When they ran this guy's identity, apparently he has a lengthy criminal history in Europe.
Oh, we're going to rough him up on the way out of town.
Yeah, so they ran him out of Europe, so he came over here to America, to South Florida. He's like, yeah, I'll run my scams there. And it was working for a while. They said he got probably 5 to 6 other victims at least that they know of.
What a dirt bag.
That's just his whole thing.
I'd make sure I'm putting him in the cop car. He hits his head a few times on stuff.
Look, I'm sorry. Was that your foot I was stepping on?
I'm so sorry that your face just ate the side of the car.
Yes. They say the other ATM scam, I mean, this just is like, gosh, I guess sometimes you still need to get physical cash. I know my wife will go to ATMs for that if she knows she needs some physical cash.
You better keep that head on a swivel.
They say another thing is watch out for jugging. They say that happens when criminals will watch people take large amounts of money out of ATMs and banks, and then they follow the victim to a secondary location after the transaction has been made, and they rob them there, usually in their vehicles.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've heard that. That's one thing if you're ever at Hard Rock, that there are people that just kind of roam around looking for somebody that brought in some big earnings, and then they follow you right out to your car and they'll jack you there or get you when you get home.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's crazy. So you got to always watch. And not all these are things that happen outside. In fact, I probably opened myself up to this because I did this week. And then I said, what am I doing? I keep getting on some of these emailing lists. And I get so many emails that if I miss a detail, there's going to be hell to pay, Kev.
It's exhausting how much email we all get.
Right. So I'm trying to go through and always clutter things out and unsubscribe. They say you can no longer unsubscribe because they realize that is a tactic to get you. They'll, in fact, dummy up an email, and just start sending it out, hoping you hit the unsubscribe because all you got to do is click that link.
And they know that it's real.
That's the new thing. Not only do they know that you're real, but you know how it can take you to another link where now they can get in and start going through your computer and put malware in there. Ugh. All it takes is you to try to unsubscribe. They're going, thank you very much. You're not unsubscribed from anything. You've now just given them access to your computer.
The unsubscribe link is not an unsubscribe link.
Exactly.
It's a link to malware.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
What sucks, too, is there's legit links you need to click on, and now I'm not clicking on the ones I need to click on, like medical bills. And cause I thought this was a scam for about 3 weeks, and then I realized, I really do owe that much money. It was a real thing, but I didn't believe it because of the scam.
Yeah.
If you really owe it, they'll come find you.
Oh, believe me. Yes.
They'll find you.
They have. They have found me.
So instead of unsubscribe, you need to put it into a spam folder or just block it. And that's what you do. So stop unsubscribing to these emails.
What about if you go on your own email, like if you have Gmail or Yahoo, can you unsubscribe and flag the messages as this is junk?
Yeah.
Then you're not clicking on the link within the body of the text of the email?
Yeah, you don't click on any of those links in the email. What you do is, you can either put it in a spam folder or you can hit block, and then, it does the same thing. And that's the better thing to do. And that's there to protect you. But, still, we got conditioned for the longest time clicking the unsubscribe. Now you've got to uncondition yourself from clicking those unsubscribe links on those emails. I'm
glad you said that, because I'm sure there are people like me that didn't think about that. Yeah, the unsubscribe is now a link of malware.
I hit unsubscribe, and the next story I saw was this. So there you go. Just trying to help you because there are a gazillion and one scams out there today.
It's exhausting,
it
honestly.
Really is.
Like, you got to really be on your game.
Yeah,
I'm not. I've backed out. I don't even play the game no more.
Yeah, somebody said, isn't it amazing that scam artists work 10 times harder than any of us at regular jobs?
And they get us.
They do hustle.
They are hustling.
Yeah, and making some money, unfortunately, the wrong way.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.